Hello and good afternoon on a lovely Friday, June 29th, 2012. This is Hyrulecraft Weekly, episode number 11. I am your host, Benny Gerard, and joining me for the first time in a while, we've got two guest co-stars on the show. Joining us tonight is two GenGAME staff members, Kyle Wrigley and Aaron Scornful Leddington. How you doing, buddies?
Hello.
Hello, Aaron.
I thought we were gonna check them out and just be really quiet.
Oh, you should have said so.
Oh, that would have been troll of the month.
I sent that to the wrong person over Skype. I thought I sent that to you. But you should just not say anything.
Just make me look like an idiot. That's happened once. I forgot to unmute Kevin, and just like I'm waiting for him, and like, okay. I'm sitting there doing my opening bit, and I didn't unmute myself on Skype, so I wasn't talking to him. So he didn't know when to cue in and actually do something. But we have a lot to show everyone tonight. We've been busy, and the reason I'm bringing you two in because you guys helped me on a very, very special project. Tonight we're showing everyone the Fire Temple. Very much anticipated by a lot of Hyrulecraft fans. And who wants to start off on how we got started on this? I mean, that was a long night, a long time ago.
You built this room, and then
I built this room, and then we're like, hey, let's finish it.
You're like, hey, Rig, hey, Scorn, come help me do the Fire Temple, and I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Benny said, hey, Riggs, come help me build the Fire Temple. And I said, oh, if I'm going to do that, I got to go get some beer first. And then that happened. And then this happened.
For those of you lucky enough to catch us building it, we did probably a good chunk of it right after we did the interview show with Koa, who was very kind of him to stop by in last episode. And it's actually been quite a while since we've done an episode. We're doing a tour, I guess, of the first... if you don't count the lobbies, I guess it's the first room of the dungeon where you meet Dorinia. And yeah. Measurements, I should have got the graphic ready and I didn't. Yeah, but I did it in the show later. Aaron, go ahead and explain to everyone how we measured everything out here.
I used a very, very precise and scientific method of painstakingly counting the blocks using an envelope.
That's right, everyone. If you want to succeed in Minecraft, you need just a single envelope, maybe a pencil, or a crayon. Crayons would work.
I had a
A4.
I'm sorry?
I asked if that was a letter size envelope or if it was A4.
letter size.
Letter size. Just regular 8.5 by whatever it is.
11.5. 8 by an 11.5.
No.
8.5 by 11? I don't know.
That's not a sheet of paper. It's a sheet of paper, right?
8.5 by 11 is a sheet of paper, but the paper wide is 8.5 by something. It's like 4, I think, and you fold it up. I don't know. Floating around the boss room, you can see here, we used netherrack for the ground part, which I guess we were looking for something distinct in texture and I guess color, and it really set itself apart from the sandstone and dirt we used for the rest of the temple. There's probably maybe 2 or 3 other rooms we actually used the netherrack in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it gives a molten feel to, like a molten rock, like it's just freshly hardened. That's what I think we were going for. That's what she said. Why would she say that?
I don't know.
Especially.
A couple things you'll notice though about Fire Temple. If you guys are gonna explore this on the map, we will give you the details on that later on our server. We don't have things like the roof and the walls done because, well, as we were building this, we wanted to make sure everything fit first. I'm gonna take a quick moment to show everyone just how close we are to fitting this, or just how close it did fit. I'm hovering over the entire thing.
That's what she said.
Over the entire thing?
You look at this ground part right here. You punch through that, you're into Death Mountain right there. That is the bottom part. And you look all the way down to the bottom. That layer of glowstone is right above a layer of bedrock. Underneath the layer of bedrock is the end of the world. We are at the bottom of the world, and this thing is probably well over 100 blocks tall for Fire Temple. And the ceiling of this room, the topmost room in the dungeon, nearly collides, but doesn't actually intrude into Darunia's room, the throne room. I'm gonna punch through here, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. The room you go in, you play Saria's song for him, and he dances and stuff. You come back here later, you push the throne out of the way, and then you head into Death Mountain Crater. Yeah, it nearly collides with the top of the dungeon. So we were fortunate enough that this whole thing fit. Now I can't place blocks for the darn. Let's get that fixed. Alrighty. Back to our tour. If you want to call it a tour.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful right there.
I missed what you're talking about, and I'm not sure I want to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. You need to TP to me.
Alright, TP rigs. Let's do this. Boom. Alright, what are you doing?
I think I'm underneath it if you want to do it again.
Alright, let's do it again. Oh. Any rocket of
I did not expect him to come up that high. That was pretty awesome.
Okay, Riggs, if you don't mind, you didn't work on this room, did you? The bridge room. You worked on the next room.
I laid the bridge.
You laid the
That was
bridge.
about it. I laid the bridge, and I didn't lay the bridge long enough because I wasn't sure where this gap was right here.
Which is really hard to measure. This is one of the most oblong-shaped rooms. We're not even done shaping it. We just had to get the length right because we had to position the next room. But this is one of the most oblong-shaped rooms in the dungeon because we got walls that go off in angles that are... So that's 45-degree angles itself are hard enough in Minecraft. I mean, even 30-degree angles are hard in Minecraft, but we got some weird mixed numbers in here.
17,
like
17 and 5/8 degree angle you have to try and make, and I'm like, what? It's pretty intense.
So not to interrupt, but I just rocketed Kevin from the bridge, and he went all the way up and just barely landed on one of these glowstone protrusions at the very top room. And then I knocked him off because I was so excited.
Yeah, yes, Kevin, 17 and 5/8. Kevin's listening to the stream right now. Okay, this next room, this little walkway here is supposed to represent the little sliding log. You get on top of it and you're just like, whee, and head down in here. Any challenges in building this room, Riggs?
Figuring out how to just, like...
The block?
The motion block that's supposed to take you up and down between rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to make it look kind of like it was moving, and to actually be able to get up into the above room where we need to go in a realistic-ish way.
Mm-hmm. Kevin wants a super bounce. Let's make it happen. Whoosh. Wait for the whoosh. It didn't go. It didn't go very far. Anyways, moving on. Another challenge was getting this room right here to fit. I'm still not happy with some of the... I guess we set up these ledges.
Yeah, well, I didn't work on this one, so...
I know. This is the room I did.
It's not perfect.
It's... Considering how much room we had to work with, I did think I had to shrink this room by 1 block, and I sacrificed it in a few places. But you drop the bomb here to activate the switch, so you can climb up onto here and up the ladder. I mean, in Minecraft, I guess it does work. I mean, you find a way, you hookshot over to here, and then you can do it, sprint over here, and then you sprint over here. Well, you make the jump when you sprint over here, and then you climb up, blah blah blah. Blow that up. You remove the fire from here. You get up, and then boom. But yeah, Aaron, you did a lot of measurements, though. I mean, you were here when I was kind of setting this up. The whole idea of the hexagons, easier or harder than you thought it was going to be?
The hexagon rooms. Those are the boss fight. Were those like the mini boss fight rooms, or
No, this
I
is like
forget.
the big, really big rooms. One with the firewalls that come up, like the maze of
Okay,
Yeah, the one
firewalls,
the rolling boulder room.
the rolling boulder room, and then across from that is the one with the really big firewall that slowly creeps across, and you have to run, which we have to go and finish, by the way.
that was.
Part, by the way.
Go on.
What I remember from that, distinctly remember from that, was I figured out the dimensions for it, and then I remember saying it like 20 times about the dimensions of the hex. It was I think it was just tricky getting it laid down just because of how long it ended up being. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
You're
it
saying
was like,
that it's tricky.
It's
yeah,
tricky.
it's tricky.
It's tricky. Somebody's gonna start singing at me. I can tell.
I'm trying really hard not to.
I'm with him on that one.
I'm gonna have to agree too. We're gonna try to stay on task here. Um, but yeah, one of the challenges I guess of building this was making everything kind of look like it's. We had to build Fire Temple and make it kind of still look like Fire Temple. I mean, there are a lot of walls here we have to finish, but it's all about shaping everything, getting the height right. Because if we didn't get the height right, it wouldn't fit underneath Death Mountain properly. And we basically squeezed every last block we could out of it to get it to work.
Actually, there's one note I realized we never got around to doing, was because I built my own. Yeah, it's a hexagon. It was one of the chambers I was talking about.
Yeah, the boss fight chamber or the mini boss fight chamber.
Yeah, because I built this one out myself. Instead of just copying over what you had, it doesn't actually have the thing.
The actual the rising platform in the middle, which I'm probably gonna have to add later. The one thing missing for Fire Temple right now is, I guess, the top floor of the left hexagon. And when you say hexagon, we have to explain to people. There's the middle hexagon, like left and right side, which I guess it keeps going up. The higher up you go into Fire Temple.
I think you mean octagon, Benny.
I say hexagon or octagon? I mean octagon, don't I?
Hexagon the whole time, and I just looked into the sides. It's like,
You could have corrected me, but whatever.
Yeah,
Let's talk about octagon. I should have known that too. Octagon. I'm talking about hexagons now. Great. Thank you. Octagon. Okay, there's one octagon, especially in the right hemisphere of the entire dungeon. There's one in the middle, and that's just like a center column. You could start at the very top, and you could fall all the way down to the bottom. This is the very topmost room. This is actually a bonus room you don't have to go into. But there's like a chest in here. I think there's a heart piece in it, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a scutella on the wall you have to get. But you need the long shot to get them both. And you can fall all the way down and be like, oh, I'm back on the first floor. Lame. But we used that. We made the one on the right side. I'm going to explain the build order here. We started in the main room. We came over here, built the bridge, built the end room, and then we had the elevator going up. But we built the left hemisphere, the left side hexagon first. And I don't remember why. I can't fit through the hole. I'm going to stop myself before I say that. Do you remember why I did that?
why you built the left one first?
The left octagon.
It was the easier of the two. The left octagon was the easier of the two.
Oh yeah,
the right
and
one is above the room of.
The right one is full of stupid shit.
Yeah, and the left one is actually above. Okay, there's part of an octagon, like the same walls are resembled in the lowermost part, the part before the boss chamber, and we could replicate that up top. I remember now. So we built the left side, and then we pasted it over here after doing the center walkway, which is exactly the width of the main lobby. And then we had to connect the right side, first floor, all the way up to the right side, third floor. And then from there, we had to fill up both these rooms, and then do the rising platform to fourth and eventually fifth floor. And we had this done. We had about 80%.
The majority of it done
in one night. Like 80% of it was done in one night. The rest of it we just kind of did here and there until we finished it. We were working on something else at the same time. I don't remember what it was.
I was supposed to be working on something else at the same time, but I wasn't.
I remember that. But anybody who watches our... Go on.
Sorry. I was gonna say I wasn't asked to supervise any more projects after that, so...
Yeah, I don't remember what I wanted to go do, but I was like, yeah, sure, I'll get right on that. I'm not gonna do that.
But, for anybody who watches our live streams over at twitch.tv/GenGAME, one of the fun moments we had was... Actually, I don't know if I did this on live stream, but I had to... we built this in a multi-world, on a separate world, and then we pasted it in here.
Oh, I remember I was kind of around for that, but I had just stayed out of the way.
I nearly broke the world.
I remember lots of Benny cursing, and then some crying.
Tears of sadness, and then tears of joy, because I'm screaming like I made it fit.
And then he thought he figured it out, and then there was more crying, and he actually fixed it.
And then the words came, I made it fit, and then somebody had a dirty thought. But no, Fire Temple, it does fit. On one sentence.
Hey,
Fire Temple fits.
Fire Temple, I went down a couple of blind corridors, and now I'm in the Goron City. I am very, very confused right now.
Another challenge was making Fire Temple. We had to make Fire Temple fit. Make sure it didn't collide with all of the Dongo's Cavern too, which we're probably going to be fixing up and showing off in the next episode of Hyrulecraft, as well as the Spirit Temple. Before we wrap up our show today, guys, any last thoughts? Like biggest challenge or hardest part? Like just anything. Riggs, you want to go first?
Biggest challenge was staying motivated to continue to build this giant piece of shit.
It's just a giant monstrosity, and I don't know what Nintendo was thinking when they made this, but they made it. I don't.
They saw the future. They saw Minecraft, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna make these levels really effing hard to build in Minecraft."
I think people give a lot of crap to Water Temple. Water Temple was cake compared to Fire Temple, and just looking at it,
for sure.
Oh,
it's all square. It's all square rooms.
Yeah. I mean, I had a few hiccups with Water Temple, but the easiest one so far has to be Forest Temple, because that was, I mean, any of the challenges I had easy solutions for them. But this was just, damn. Let's do one more quick. I want to try and zoom out. Let's see if I can get an aerial shot, which is really hard to do when I still got stuff flooding
underground.
Yeah, an overhead shot from underground. Just to show how big it is. That's gonna do it for our episode tonight. That's the Fire Temple.
I don't have any I never had any challenges.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay, yeah. Okay, Aaron can go. We'll wait.
I'd have to say was my heart, at least my personal hardest, was making sure I kept my the measurements of everything intact because of the map I was using, and my scientific, precise measurement system, making sure everything was properly at scale. Because I think I tried measuring the same room twice at two different zooms, zooming. Magnification. There we go. Magnification.
Magnification.
That's the word I was looking for.
To explain to people, I got the picture actually loaded up. What we're talking about. We loaded this from VG Maps. Check out the website. It's actually really good. And we basically have a top-down view of all the rooms of the Fire Temple. We got to sit here and measure each one of them out. This room right here, we still have to finish, as well as the connecting rooms here. There's some little offshoots of the octagons here we have to finish, yeah.
No. Some of the little offshoots of the octagon I finished.
Oh, okay, they are finished. We just have to
Benny
refinish
didn't tell
them.
me that he pasted the temple over here already,
So we have to refinish
in our
them.
construction yard being useless.
We'll fix it. And the correct one I said before, it's not a piece of heart at the top, it's just a giant rupee. Because everybody needs to know that. Alrighty, Riggs, where can they find you on the Twitter?
On the Twitter.
The Twitter. It's where you go announce your
Nobody
Twitter.
cares.
Humor him. Humor him.
Humor.
It's at IVRig19.
And you can follow Aaron on Twitter at
Aaron Leddington.
shocking. He's the only one of us on staff who actually uses their real name as their Twitter.
And if you're watching this on Blip and you don't follow me on Twitter, we have tracking cookies in your browser. We know what your Twitter handle is, and I know personally that you're not following me, so you better fix that.
You might not be following Riggs, but Riggs will be following you. You can follow me on Twitter at NightPhoenix16, NIGHGPHOENIX16.
You say that so fast, like there's no point in saying
It's
it.
because it's O before E and people
unintelligible.
still get it wrong. That's why I have to spell it.
Yeah, well, that's because they don't
I'm saying
understand
when
what
you
you're
spell-
saying.
You spell it out so fast that it's completely unintelligible, and there's no point in saying it at all. Like if you're gonna spell it out, spell it so that people can actually understand what the hell you're saying.
NIGHTPHOENIX16. And you can email me at bennygg@gengame.net for all questions and comments regarding the show. If you like it, hate it, I don't care, just let me know. You can also go to our forum, gengame.net/forum, and you can post stuff about Hyrulecraft there. Imagine that. And last but not least, you can check out our show page, gengame.net/Hyrulecraft or blip.tv/Hyrulecraft. We like pushing the whole Blip thing because we like getting subscribers over there. You subscribe on Blip, you get little notifications in like your email and stuff whenever we got a new episode. So you can expect to see this one.
Who's not following me on Twitter?
Yes, and Riggs will know who's not following him on Twitter. It's a great thing about the internet nowadays. Thank you guys for watching Hyrulecraft Weekly tonight on this really, really late night Friday afternoon.
Benny and harass him to tell him to have me on more often because I'm way more entertaining than he is.
Exactly. Thank you guys for watching. You have a good night.